So I've seen Spider-Man Far From Home, and with this being the 8th solo film in the Spider-Man franchise, I wanted to go ahead and rank all these babies from worst to best. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone? I want to thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Just My Opinion. I really do appreciate it. I will not discuss any spoilers for Spider-Man Far From Home. However, I will discuss brief spoilers for all the other films. I'm not going to give a review for each of these, just maybe, like a small sentence or two or why I thought they are where they are ranked. So starting off, at number 8 in my rankings from worst to best, coming in at number 8 is the worst in the whole Spider-Man franchise, and that is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think this film is damn near horrible. It was such a disappointment. I don't know what in the world Sony was thinking when they did this. It was just a missed opportunity. They were just trying to do too much, and it didn't work well, trying to bring together the Sinister Six, But, towards the end where, you had the Rhino, and, he's shooting up everybody in the street. Then he stops because like a little boy is in the street, doesn't shoot Spider-Man when he comes up, lets the little boy go away, then wants to start attacking again. There were just too many instances like that throughout the whole movie. That is why it is highly disappointing. You're probably wondering, well, Brandon, why do you have it on Blu-ray 3D? I bet that was expensive when you first bought it. Well, there was a lot of special features that I did want to see in this film, just trying to put all the pieces together. But my friends also gave it to me as a gag gift. But The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is coming in at number 8 in my worst to best. Coming in at number 7 is a film I was really anticipating like beyond belief, and that is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. It is not as bad as The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but still it is a big disappointment the way they handled Venom and the Sandman. Venom looked great visually, but Topher Grace's Venom was just a horrible choice. I did not like the CGI effects with Sandman. What they did with Harry at the end as well, that was not anywhere close to the Green Goblin or the Hobgoblin. It was just cheap and corny, and just the way they shoehorned in everything together to try to tie it up just was a big mess in my opinion. So that is why Spider-Man 3 by Sam Raimi is coming in at number 7. Coming in at number 6, started everything out in 2002, and that is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1. I did enjoy this film, but I thought that the action was a little lackluster. When the Green Goblin attacked that parade and he was chasing Spider-Man on the street, just shooting the bullets, that just looked fake to me. It was just really hard for me to get into this film. Now, the story and the casting and the plot, all of that worked out well. This isn't a horrible film by far. I just think they could have did a lot better with Spider-Man, hence that's why it's coming in at number 6. Still an enjoyable film, but, they just could have went a lot, harder in my opinion. Coming in at number 5 in my ranking Spider-Man films for worst to best is The Amazing Spider-Man, the first one with Andrew Garfield when they rebooted it after Spider-Man 3. I enjoyed this film a lot better than Spider-Man 1. I think it's a great film. It doesn't stand out to the ones I haven't listed already, but I really did like what they did with the I forgot the name, the crocodile character, not Doc Ock. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Dr. Connors? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name, but I liked everything that they did with that. They tried to change up the origin of Spider-Man, and I wasn't necessarily a fan of that, but I do like and respect the attempt that they made. It's an enjoyable film, like I said, and that is why The Amazing Spider-Man is coming in at number 5 in my worst to best. All right, guys, we are getting up there. We're halfway there. Just drop the bottom 4. Let me do the top 4. Coming in at number 4 from my worst to best, came out in 2017 by Mr. John Watts, and that is Spider-Man Homecoming. Got that right there on 4K, baby. I love the Vulture as the villain in this film. I think he did a great job. Tom Holland is Peter Parker. Marissa Tomei is Aunt May. Great job. Iron Man is in this thing. Like I said, they did a great job with this film. However, one of the things that frustrated me was we did not get Spider-Man swinging from buildings in New York, New Jersey. That is key. We have to have that. But in this film, they decided to have Spider-Man come up to the final battle driving a car. Why would you do that? Like, why didn't he swing from buildings? That's why we want to come see. And there were just other few nitpicks in the film. I really did enjoy it. Yes, I did. But, you know, I enjoyed the other films that much more. And that is why Spider-Man Homecoming is coming in at number 4 for my ranking on worst to best. So, man, we have 3 left. We got Spider-Man 2, Into the Spider-Verse, and also Far From Home. This was very difficult to rank these. I just got back from the theater from seeing Far From Home, and so this ranking may change, but I love all 3 of these films, but I have to pick which ones are better than the other. Coming in at number 3 in my Spider-Man films ranking from worst to best is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Got that right there on 4K. I love this film. Now, a lot of you guys may be saying, oh my God, it's the best out of all the Spider-Man films. It's number 3. I mean, it's up there. You know, they did a lot in this film. I think besides Miles Morales in this film, there was a scene or two where all of the other Spider-Man characters were like in the house or their apartment. And it was all of them versus the Sinister Six, and I feel like they should have kicked the Sinister Six's ass. I feel like they were just kind of jumping around and webbing, not really using all the powers and abilities to their utmost ability. But other than that, this film is freaking fantastic. I mean, it is the perfect comic book adaptation for the multiverse, for the Spider-Verse. I would love to see a live action version of this with Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield. That would be brilliant. But whoever is behind the making of this film, you really need to be proud of yourself, because you knocked this out of the park. This is at least a 9 out of 10 or higher. I love this film, and that is why Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2 for my worst to best is very difficult right now. I may even change my mind right now. Now I'm gonna stick to this may change next week when I do a spoiler review for Far From Home, but coming in at number 2 for the worst to best for my Spider-Man films is going to be Spider-Man Far From Home. Don't have it right now. It's not out. It's not even out in theaters. Saw it tonight. The film is freaking amazing. Right now, if you want my review, it is on the channel, so you can go check that out. Please subscribe, but I'm not going to give any spoilers or plot points. I will say what they did with Mysterio visually with all of his illusions. Oh my gosh. I mean, they knocked that out the freaking park. It's a fantastic film. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, it's great. Please buy your tickets if you haven't seen it, or if you haven't already. It's a great film, and Spider-Man Far From Home is coming in at number 2. So guys, we only have 1 left, and I still feel that this is the best Spider-Man film out of all of them. I loved everything with the villain with Doc Ock and the hand-to-hand fighting and the action choreography. We felt for Spider-Man as he's wanting to just live his normal life. I mean, it was a damn near perfect film. I just thought the ending battle could have been a little bit more epic, but of course, that is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. This is still one of the best comic book movies of all time. It's definitely in my top 20. It may be in a lot of people's top 10, but I just freaking love this film. It's amazing. If you haven't seen it, I don't know. And even this right here that I have, I got it in the Spider-Man trilogy set right here. This is also the extended edition, so there's more fighting in this film as well. So that train sequence is great, and also the bank sequence at the beginning. I mean, that's like perfect Spider-Man adaptation, and that is why Spider-Man 2 is coming in at my number 1 for the best Spider-Man film overall. Now that may change next week. I may say that it's Far From Home, but right now I'm just gonna go with Spider-Man 2. But guys, just to recap again, coming in at number 8 is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Coming in at number 7 is Spider-Man 3. Coming in at number 6 is Spider-Man 1 by Sam Raimi. Coming in at number 5 is The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. Coming in at number 4 is Spider-Man Homecoming. Coming in at number 3 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Coming in at number 2 is Spider-Man Far From Home. And again, coming in at number 1 is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. But guys, that is just my opinion. What you do think about my ranking, please list your ranking down below as well. I would love to hear it all. Please just let me know. I love, talking about this stuff and just geeking out. But guys, if you did like this video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel. Help me reach 10,000 subscribers. And also look me up on social media. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Just My Opinion, where I rank all the Spider-Man films from worst to best. And before you go, don't forget, that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.